How do you start a video on a movie that no one has ever heard of? The Art of Self-Defense is one of my favorite movies, making the top 3, with the other favorite movies being, in second place, Barbie and the Secret Door, and, of course, my favorite movie is Morbius. But The Art of Self-Defense is a really solid third movie, and deserves lots of praise. The Art of Self-Defense only grossed a total of $2.4 million and was made in 2019, which is surprising because it's a movie starring Hollywood's favorite awkward white boy, Jesse Eisenberg, whom is, in fact, good with the sauce and indeed can bust it down sexual style. I couldn't find any information on how much the budget for the movie was, and there is no amount of money you could ever pay me to make me go on the second page of Google. So, because of the lack of information on the movie's budget, the fact it stars Lex Luthor, and how it only made $2.4 million in 2019, tells me that this movie pretty much flopped at the box office. Whenever I've asked someone if they have seen the movie, I get 3 responses. The first is no, which is understandable. The second is that a Bruce Lee movie? No, Carol. No, it is not. And the third is, if I say yes, will you let me and my family go? No, no, I will not, Carol. This is the part where I get into spoilers, so if you are interested in watching the movie, you can go watch it on Hulu, or pay for it, which is a hilarious idea, so I don't know, pirate it or something. If you have now returned to this sad spot in hell, have already seen the movie, are asleep, or are a masochist and love it when someone spoils the movie for you, then let us begin the story of The Art of Self-Defense. The movie starts us off with Jesse Eisenberg, staring at a newspaper in a coffee shop. For the sake of not having to call him Jesse Eisenberg, Twink, or Lex Luthor every time, I'll of course refer to him as his name in the movie, which is Casey. Anyways, some French guys enter the shop, get some crappy coffee, and speak some Spanish or whatever, in which they call Casey's pee-pee not very large. We find out moments later that Casey knows his fair share of Mandarin, having a very good understanding of the language and could understand every word the Mongolians were saying, but chose not to do anything because he is in fact a little bitch, something that reoccurs in the movie as he struggles with masculinity. At work, he gets told off by some guys in some meeting room who are upset that they have to do their job that they are being paid for. When he returns home to his weird looking ostrich, he finds out that they're all out of food. So he goes on a nice walk to the store, looks at the beautiful night sky, is asked if he has a gun by some motorcyclist, buys the ostrich food, walks back, gets beaten up for not having a gun, and ends his Sigma routine by being driven to a hospital by his ostrich. This Sigma grind is too much for Casey, as he is a simple beta male and decides, hey, work sucks, I'm gonna go learn karate. So, he shows up to a karate place and watches a man show all the positions he loves being pegged in. This man comes over and basically says, hey, what's up? I'm sensei. You're a bitch. I like that in a woman. Come learn karate. The first lesson's free at my place, baby girl. Sensei out! So, as any self-respecting man would, Casey shows up the next day at the kids' lessons, not to learn karate or be a pedophile. He saves that for his vacation days. No, he came to talk to the instructor who's a a a a woman. This breaks the scriptwriter's mental fortitude of everything he knows, because as everyone knows, women can't kung fu fight it. It's impossible. So, the scriptwriter is replaced and never heard from again, and any conversation of the previous scriptwriter is met with severe punishment. Casey says, hello, fellow woman. I need one of them fancy white things you guys are wearing and a belt, because I have very thin and feminine hips. Now that Casey has his Kung Fu Panda cosplay ready, he is ready for his first day of jujitsu. Sensei shows up and tells them how to punch good, but not how to punch with their fists, but rather with their feet, and kick with their fists, but mainly with feet, because he's freaky like that. Casey gets punched with some toes, gets knocked out, and then is more than happy to start paying for even more lessons. Time goes by, Casey learns more Taekwondo, and the day finally comes for the award ceremony. Everyone is showing up, even the people from the night class. What's the night class, you ask? Well, hold the fuck on. We're getting there, the voice in my head. In the ceremony, Sensei says, hey, silly bitches, today's a special day, 'cause it's the day where Big Papa Grandmaster died to some guy who thought he saw a bird, and so, as you do, shot the bird 11 times in the chest with a 20-gauge shotgun. How did he get the Big Papa Grandmaster rank, you ask? Well, hold the fuck on. I'm getting to that, the voice in my head. He got the rank because he killed 3 other Grandmasters in the area by finishing it off with his signature move where he poked a hole in their head with his index finger. Because of this, he got the Supermaster Gay rank, the highest rank in all of Judo, which he made himself by using some Elmer's glue on cut up pieces of all the other belt colors. Anyways, with that being said, I peed on like a white belt yesterday, so Casey, here you go, dude. Casey has finally reached the second rank in all of boxing, yellow. Oh, and some guy got a black belt, I guess, and another bald, Mr. Clean looking guy wanted some sweet, sweet electrical tape, which gets you into the night class or something, but he's too much of a Weenie Hut Jr., I guess, so he didn't get it. I don't know. Anyways, in this part of the movie, I think Casey developed some kind of piss kink or something because he starts buying a lot of yellow stuff and only yellow stuff. In fact, he starts trying to wear his karate belt everywhere he goes, which is pretty weird, man. Anyways, it's at this point where we learn that Casey has not been showing up for work, but his boss is a real one, right? Basically, on Casey's answering machine, his boss is saying, "Hey, sexy thing. It's your boss, so I know you give me that schlucky schlump glocky twist extreme on the side, so I was able to give you a week of paid leave. But the rest has been cutting into your vacation time. To be real, I have no clue what you be doing with that, but it's almost all used up, and I need you to, work tomorrow, baby girl. Alright, boss man out." So, the next day, Casey goes to work to get them fat stacks, but he's a Giga Sigma Omega male now, and he doesn't take shit from anyone. So when his boss asks him to do something weird like doing his job, he of course punches his boss in the throat and walks off in his Sigma male power pose. After a long day of being a Chad, Casey decides to buy a shit ton of belts, representing karate belt colors for everyone. This way, he can wear his yellow belt all the time to feel like less of a bitch or something. After Sensei sees this, he goes, "Hey, pussy, you a bitch for real. This whole time I thought you were a girl because of your looks and your name and your feminine hips. To be honest, I'd still hit, but that's besides the point. Look, what music do you listen to?" The Pussy Collection." "Wrong. You better start listening to metal. Metal's cool." "Alright, you got any talents?" "Oh, I can speak le French." "Wrong. Frenchies are pussies. It rhymes, so you know it's true. I don't think that's how it. Alright, you're speaking German now, my brother." "Oh, my dog is German." "Alright, a German Shepherd. I like that." Oh no, it's a dachshund." Alright, good enough. I'll be taking care of that." "What did you say?" "Nothing. Alright, now go out, touch some grass, get some bitches. Oh yeah, do you like electrical tape? Here, take some. This means you can go into the night class or something, I don't know." Casey shows up to the night class and sees Mr. Clean showing up without that black stripe. This is when shit gets real, because Sensei comes out and starts going on about leverage points, how you can use them, how they can be used against you, and all that, and then asks Charlie Brown to bring his happy ass up there, and basically, to summarize, said, "Behold, the great Zamboni. Now watch as I make this man's elbow disappear," and, well, he broke his arm. So, gonna have to, censor that. Anyways, after that, he gives my main man Casey props for being a yellow belt and having a black stripe, which is unheard of. But now we're gonna get a little more serious. So the night class does their thing, montage, training, all that, and after all of that happens, they strip down naked because Sensei's a freak and it's time to cool down or something. And then he tells Casey he can go cool down with that one chick in the boiler room, closet thing, whatever it is. And now this is where we see Sensei is a little bit of a misogynist because this chick has been with him since day one, but because she's a woman, she has never gotten a black belt. She's one rank below it, which is like a brown belt, purple belt, something like that. Not only that, but the reason why she is in this broom closet is because some other student sexually assaulted her one time, and, well, Sensei looked at this and said, yes, I see. Well, I know why this happened. It's because you tempted him, duh, into the broom closet with you. And then double down by telling Casey sorry because her hands aren't as strong as a man's to cool down with or get a massage or whatever the fuck they're into. Sensei is the worst, but it gets worse, I promise. Now, something really important that happens is Casey gets home and finds his little dachshund is dead. He takes him to the vet ER, and the doctor tells him that, sadly, his dachshund passed away. But the manner in which he died was very interesting. The doctor said he could have sworn the dog died from a punch, but the imprints on the dog makes it look like a kick rather than a punch. Later on that night, Casey went home and then, to his surprise, found a German Shepherd. So, some time passes, and in one of the night classes, they do something a little special. So, to recap a bit, something big for Casey's character was the fact that he got jumped on in the beginning, and all of the guys who jumped him were riding motorcycles. And what is the special thing the night class is going to do? Ride motorcycles. See, something that the night class does is go out and find people to fight. The exact reason for this is a little vague, but I have my own theories and ideas. Basically, I think Sensei does this because it makes him feel stronger than he is. In the movie, Sensei always has this presence that can fill a room due to his masculinity. Now, by taking away this masculinity from others by beating them up, it makes Sensei feel stronger and more masculine himself. I'll talk more about this later, but for right now, let's just get back to the movie. So, anyways, they go out on the town because girls just want to have fun, and they do their thing where they try to beat someone up. The cool chick pulls up to some random guy to beat him up. But what they don't know is that this guy was a cop and pulls out that Fortnite flintlock pistol to get that Dubsky and shoots her in the leg. This makes Casey really angry that his Discord girlfriend got hurt. And well, he ends up killing the guy. Casey gets a red stripe for killing someone, which is unheard of from a yellow belt to have both a black stripe and a red stripe. But beyond that, Casey is very suspicious of everything that went down and decides to go into Sensei's room of mystery and finds out that Sensei basically has blackmail on previous students to make them pay long after they quit their boxing lessons. Casey also learned other things such as how Sensei records these beatdowns, keeps some of the items from people they beat down, and the fact that Sensei's real name isn't actually Sensei, big shocker, it's actually Leslie. Leslie? You gotta be kidding me. Dude, how small was it when you came out the womb that your parents thought you were a girl? Holy shit. Sorry. It's really funny. I mean, you can't blame me, right? Casey goes over to Leslie and basically says this:
I'm gonna kill you. Not for the respected honor of the dojo, or because you blackmail your previous students, but just because I hate you, and I wanna be the reason you die. Leslie.
After he says this, Leslie basically becomes an immense pussy. Immediately, he starts telling Casey that he can give him a black belt. He doesn't have to earn it or move up in the other ranks. Now, this goes against what Sensei previously said in the movie about how ranks are not given, they are earned. Now, what I love about this scene is the fact that we see who Leslie really is. Like I brought up before, Leslie has always had this presence that was bigger than himself. He takes away other men's masculinity to build up his own. This could be thanks to other experiences in his life. Maybe he went through something similar that Casey went through. Maybe it's the fact that he had a very girlish name. Regardless, it seems to me that he takes away other men's masculinity so that he can feel more masculine himself. He doesn't let Kung Fu Chick rise to a black belt because of his own insecure nature, and in my opinion, she is a much better fighter than him, and he knows it. We never actually see Leslie fight. I'm sure he's competent and all that, but he never backs it up. Like most insecure and manipulative men, he can't back up his words with action, so he hangs dirt over their heads instead. And once he has no power over someone, once someone has dirt on him, he drops that persona and shows who he really is: a coward. Casey challenges Leslie to a fight to the death in unarmed combat. So they both get ready, they go in their gis, they get hyped up, they stretch, all that stuff. And they step up to the mat, and once the fight begins, something incredible happens. Casey shoots Leslie in the head. Casey goes to Leslie's dead body and pokes his index finger in the hole. Once the class shows up, he announces that he defeated Sensei in unarmed combat using the Grandmaster's quote-unquote secret technique, used to defeat the other Grandmasters. He then bestows the black belt to Taggart, or whatever her name is, and kills the dude who killed his dog, which turned out to be this guy called Thomas. But the way he kills this dude is awesome. He commands the German Shepherd he got in German to kill this dude, and it just felt really good to see. And in the end, next to Grand Master's photo on the wall is a picture of the late, the great Dachshund. So, if you made it this far into the video, I just want to say thank you. It's obvious this channel is nowhere near popular, so if you're watching this, if you're hearing this, just I want to say thank you, like personally, because the chances that you're the only person listening to this is actually pretty high. So, thank you. But I just like making videos on stuff I enjoy, so I hope you enjoyed this video. Anyways, that's about it. Thanks for watching.